Hiya folks, it's Nugpod, and today we're going to build some mud huts, domesticate some dogs, and invent the wheel in Dawn of Man. You have not completed the tutorial. Unless you really know what you are doing, it is highly recommended that you do so. Do you want to play the tutorial? Yeah, no, I don't think so. Alright, so now we need to pick our selection as far as free play challenges and community go. We'll probably just go with Continental Dawn as the standard, so we need to pick a settlement name as well. Why don't we go with the tried and true Atukzogzog Lane? Then we need a location, Twisty River, Forest River, Mountain Lake, River Fork. Ooh, River Fork. Merging stream. No, we'll go with the River Fork, I think. So now we need to choose ourselves a game mode, just standard, why the hell not. Starting conditions, settled, start with fewer structures, with a few structures and resources in a settlement, or nomad, start with no structures but extra resources, so you can choose your own location to settle. Well, obviously I need maximum control to ensure the success of my budding civilization, so nomad it is. Right, so here's our wonderful plane upon which to build our new civilization. We have our crew of people here. We've got Banzor, Yarulk, Ami, Amza, Normek, Carrick, and Aya. Can I do anything? Can I change names? Can I click on shit and do? Nope, apparently not. Ooh, but this brings up my Continental Dawn Atuk Zogzog Lana stats. So we have, what is that? Lots of health, no importance. 7 people, a couple of kids, couple of adults, couple of old folks. Looks like we can get some animals and shit, and we've got a whole bunch of attachments, which might be useful once we figure out what they are. I see sleds, I see wheels, and I see stones on rolling log things. Well, first things first, we need to build these people some houses, give the people what they want. I don't know how many people could fit in each of these houses, but we'll build a couple delightful huts, maybe 2 to start with. What else can we make? Oh, here they go, off to do their thing. So they go straight into it. It means I don't need to actually tell them what to do, which is good news. We've got all the standards up here: dry skin, fishing poles, meat, and spears, knives, etc. One handy addition that I'd love to see in more games is this little button here that lets me add or remove various UI functions. That being said, in order to keep an immersive caveman experience, I'm just going to keep everything turned off, and I'm sure that that won't come back to bite me in the ass at any point. So we need to figure out what people are doing here. So let's get them collecting some sticks, because we're going to need twigs and shit for eventual... Ooh, a bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. We're going to hunt this thing straight up, go after it, because nothing says... This is my land, like finding the biggest guy in the prison and traying him on your first day. There's a couple bears. Why don't we hunt them all? We're just gonna, we're gonna kill everything. We're not people if we don't go around killing everything. So we're gonna walk very nonchalantly up to this bear. Nothing says I don't respect you like just walking up towards him without even crouching. Okay, there we go. Now we're crouching into it. We gotta get up right behind him so that we could throw some spears into his spine and, oh, yep, there we go. So 1 spear, 2 spears. Okay, yeah, this is all right. We're doing pretty well. Get out of that goddamn way, trees. And I just get swatted away. I like that this guy takes a knee and gets crushed by the bear corpse before this lady goes straight for the anus. Well, she's digging around. We're going to have a look at what other options we have. We can collect a whole bunch of things. We can get fish. Fish is probably a good idea because we're going to need some food before winter comes. So we can resize it. Yeah, I may as well make a maximum size, right? We'll pop a few more houses down. I don't think we have enough housing to make everyone happy. We've got basic tents. We can make huts, stables, roundhouses, stone stables. We'll do that later. For the time being, we're going to make a storage tent to store our stuff, as you may imagine. So we'll drop it right there. Seems a good spot. We're going to put a storage for a wood pile. Yeah, we need a wood pile made of wood to gather our wood, which can go in right there, I think. In beside it. Do we need a second one? No, we'll just put a rock pile in beside it. We got to store our rocks and our wood for the coming winter, I guess? Everyone seems to move at a snail's pace, so while clicking through the menus, I found this little guy, this little speed icon. So if I click on him, I can go twice as fast, 4 times as fast, or 8 times as fast. So get ready for some fast-moving cavemen culturization. Speaking of which, look at how much fun these guys are having building the very first house in human history. They don't have any plans to build from, but they're looking like master craftsmen. They've even bent the trees into a domed shape, and I think they've got probably what it takes to propagate the species, so good on them. Otherwise, we're going to need to start dropping some more crafting stations down. We need somewhere to dry our skin, so we'll throw a couple of these down. We're also going to need a means to build some new tools, so we'll start plopping this thing down somewhere around here, I guess? Yeah, that looks good right there. And we've also got this little tab here for spiritual items, which gets us this thing, I guess? Not quite sure why a spike with a bunch of human heads on it is really going to raise morale around here, but we'll give it a shot. However, now we're kind of stuck hanging fire until we can get some other items unlocked. This is kind of when I wish I'd been paying attention to tutorial stuff, but I'm sure the game's going to let us know if something important happens at least. Well, ask and ye shall receive. So it turns out knowledge is gained semi-passively in the background whenever your little cave people do things like build new buildings, reach larger populations, murder things, etc. You can then take this knowledge and unlock a variety of new texts that unlock buildings and items. In your text menu here, you've got things like bone tools, sling making, food drying, dog domestication, and oh shit, we're getting attacked by a cave lion. That's fine, little... Oh, there you go, look at that. So knowledge gained for hunting a cave lion, and we are knowledge gained for hunting a cave hyena as well. So now we've got 7 knowledge. So if we go back into our... where the hell was it? It's in manage, in text. So we could choose to unlock some bone tools, or we can go after something like dog domestication, which leads to dog training, which will be important at some point, I'm sure, because we want dogs. And then eventually leads us down to iron smelting, deep mining, saddle stones, I guess. Hydropower, hydropower, nuclear bombs and shit. And then eventually you'll be able to make monoliths and the larger buildings that are a bit more impressive. Unfortunately, I've noticed old Man Carrick has an infection. I don't know how that's going to help it, but in the current climate, I'm a little bit concerned about infections as they are. We need to get him self-isolating at some point, get him away from people. Is he going to do that anyways? He might be, yeah. Oh, there you go, problem solved. So he's isolating himself, keeping away from people, gonna keep that, 6-foot distance between things, and of course, there's more goddamn bears. There's always more goddamn bears around here. That's fine, we will murder that bear as we murdered all the other animals, and we'll string them up on our wonderful skin dryer, and we'll get some raw skins out of it. So it will be a win-win for everyone except the bear. So I've discovered that we have a delightful little button down at the bottom here, which is essentially our Assassin's Creed vision. So we click this, and then you're able to see all the living things, all the things you can mine. So we've got all our people, trees and what have you. There's various ores. We've got woolly mammoth. That'll be important. So we know where the woolly mammoth are, so we can come out here and make sure they go extinct before we lead into any sort of civilized, cultured period of history. We've also got blueberry bushes, flint. Is that an ass? We got an ass, we got some donkeys hanging around. Oh, donkeys and cave lions. Natural friends, of course. Back in town, we've got a trader's arriving, which is nice to see. So we have our trader come in, a bunch of clothing. We don't need flint, that's irrelevant right now. So let's go and chat with Yon Trader here. So what does he have? Cured meat. Is it not worth much, is it? We take some cured meat. No, we don't need cured meat. Bone, bread, dry skin, logs, and tanning. Ooh, tanning. Does that mean we don't need to research it? Presumably that means we don't need to research it. Okay, we'll take the tanning. You can have our wooden spears, our biface, our dry skin, our cured meat, and you get all of our stuff for nothing. Shit. Sign, we're steadily moving towards civilization. We now have domesticated dogs that we can slaughter and eat if necessary, which is delightful. And winter's arrived. Lovely snowfall not only blankets the world in a delightful white powder, it also makes it glaringly apparent that we have a single fish to get us through the winter months. Don't worry though, this wasn't one of the dogs, this was just an innocent wolf that happened to be passing by and will stave off hunger for a little bit of time at least. Oh, and a new guy's joined our settlement. Excellent, because nothing says welcome to the team like we have a single fish to feed you. Well, we did it. We didn't have to eat anyone, and somehow our numbers even went up despite it being winter. We've also got more material and food than we know what to do with. So things are finally starting to look up for old Atuk Zogzogalena. We've even dropped some more houses, and we've got enough knowledge point build-up, so we learned how to bury our dead. Turns out people were pretty bummed out just having half-frozen, eaten corpses lying around, so now they got somewhere to dump their dilapidated meat sacks. We've even got this creepy old dude who's jacked to the tits to have one of these lovely skull spikes beside his house. Right, we're looking pretty good so far. We need to entice more people into our town, so we're going to drop a couple more houses. We'll put one by our meat racks because that's a good place to live beside drying meat. We can put one down near the fishing... No, maybe not. We can put one up at the top here. We're going to need to put one by the cemetery for the gravekeeper, for the crypt keeper. And if we drop one down in the trees, can we put one on the hill? No, sadly. Ooh, we can put one here, though. That's fine. We'll drop one in here. How far can we put these things away? Can we just randomly throw them around? Are people going to come and build these? I guess we'll find out. Let's put one all the way over here and see if someone wants, like, a summer home. Assassin's Creed vision activated. It's time to be the apex predators. I know we are. So we're going to select all these animals. No, we're going to select all these animals, and we are going to hunt them all. So we're going to click all of these, and then we're going to go out and get the rest of them. So we're going to start mining trees. Well, we can't do anything with that, but we can probably do this. What is this? Service tree. What the hell's a service tree? No worries. We're going to get some of the ore. We're going to start getting some of these plants as well. Ooh, some more animals. There's some bears we can get over here. We can get the trees over here. We can do a bit more ore this way. Gotta make sure we get this guy, gotta get this guy, and we'll kill these guys too, I think. So it turns out you can actually seriously overload your people as far as what they're capable of doing. Ideally, you want to keep this percentage around 50 to 60% so they don't overload themselves. I'm not too concerned though. Idle hands make, the devil's playthings, so we're just going to keep them busy. We're going to make a couple land canoes, a couple sleds, probably throw some more totems around here. So while idle hands are indeed the devil's playthings, it turns out that an overloaded caveman is also super useless. I've given them so much work now that they can't complete even the most basic tasks, and we're quickly running out of food. Sure enough, our little people have started dropping like flies, so we've lost all of our dogs. I didn't even get to eat it. Oh, there goes another one. I didn't even get to eat any of them. 3 people have died to animal attacks and 1 person to starvation. We've gone from 24, 19, so we're losing a couple more here. So you were killed by a mammoth, and we lost another one. Yeah, things are starting to go tits up here. And here we have the destroyer of worlds, the fabled Cerberus cave hyena. 3 heads, 12 legs, and a complete disregard for the laws of nature. Otherwise, I think that'll probably be enough for this one today. If you liked the video, let me know in the comments. The plan from here on out is to do longer playthroughs, but chop them down to more manageable bite-sized chunks. Cut out the chaff, if you will. Otherwise, until we see you next time, run for your lives.